You might want to buckle up, for safety.
2319! We have a 2319!
Nobody move a muscle.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
He is coming. Cover your butt.
All right, so now it's time for Ritz's Ramble. Ritz, you got a ramble on hand?
I do, and it's going to be surprising because I'm not really going to complain. I mean, I think I'm going to complain over the fact that no one's really talking about my New York Mets. I guess people are going to say, Mike, why can you possibly be talking about them right now, mid-September? They're out of it. They're a joke. They're the Yankees' little brother. But let me just say this. We're sitting here. It's September 10th. It's not going to be when this podcast comes out, but we're sitting here September 10th.
The podcast will be out tomorrow, September 11th. So
11:07 at night, and I'm sitting here. The Mets are 4 games under 500. They have won 8 out of their last 10, and no one's talking about them. It's like they just fell off the planet. I think I might be the only one. I have people who are Mets fans. I have friends who are Mets fans that want to see Terry Collins gone, manager Terry Collins is completely gone, and 2 think the season was a waste. And me personally, I like what the Mets did this season. I don't know about you guys, you fellow Mets fans, you fellow baseball fans, but me personally, I like what the Mets have done this season. First of all, we knew Matt Harvey wasn't going to pitch at all this year. There was inklings of him pitching in September, but I mean, I'm happy that they shut him down to give him a full year's rest, and hopefully he can come back healthy and kind of see the Matt Harvey that we saw last year. So we knew that we weren't going to have Harvey. We lost our starting closer, Bobby Parnell, on opening day, which I unfortunately was at. So we knew. So after the first day, we knew we were going to be without our closer. But injuries happen to every team. What I'm happy about is the continuing of just bringing up our farm system to see what we have. I mean, I think it's great. We have a lot of assets. But look at the players who have come up and got some big league experience this year. Travis d'Arnaud, our catcher, who didn't get much big league experience, he was bad for a while in the beginning of the year. They sent him down to AAA. He hits 400 in AAA, comes back, and has had a fantastic year. Wilmer Flores, he's been shaky, but you know what? He's starting to come into his own at second base. Herrera, which we got when we traded John Buck and Marlon Byrd, has come up, and he is a fiery guy who can really play the field. You got Kirk Neuenhuis, who we know has a lot of power. So this goes on and on and on. And no one talks about it. Everyone wants to bash Sandy Alderson about killing our payroll, which I completely agree. I think the payroll should not be $84 million. It should be more. But he was the one who decided to pick Lucas Duda over Ike Davis. And that Lucas Duda has had his best year of his career this year. Bunch of home runs, bunch of key hits. Sends Ike Davis the head case. I loved Ike Davis, but I'm happy that it's safe to say the Mets made the right choice there, which you never hear that the Mets made the right choice. As far as Terry Collins goes, I still think that although I really disagree with him when it comes to his work with the bullpen, he somehow manages to get everything out of the Mets each year. And I really think with anybody else, I don't think we would have as many wins as we have right now. I'm not saying we're making the playoffs this year. I'm not saying that it's going to be a magical year. All I'm saying is that it's September 10th, and I still have confidence to talk about the Mets, and that's something that I rarely have in the middle of September. So I'm happy with what we got. I do think that we're going to trade Daniel Murphy at the year's end because I think he's our only asset where we can get people back. But let it be. I didn't mention probably the best pitcher that we have. Could be Rookie of the Year. He could have been Rookie of the Year if he didn't get hurt. He might get bounced out now is Jacob deGrom. He's pitched phenomenally since he's been back, and I think just there's a lot of pluses. Everyone's bashing the Mets for just being the Mets, but there's a lot of good that's going on in Flushing that no one's talking about. So I guess that's my Ritz's Ramble. People should be looking into the Mets. I know everyone keeps saying, a lot of Mets fans is always talking about, next year. But I actually have confidence in the upcoming years because we have a lot of young talent. a lot of faith, and I appreciate this season, which is something that I really haven't had. So kudos, 2014 New York Mets.
I am happy for you. I'm genuinely happy for you and all Mets fans because I agree they've played well as the season's gone on, and listen, their future looks really, really bright. You're going to have a young pitching staff that I think can match up with the likes of Atlanta and Washington, who has a great staff. Listen, that division is going to be really competitive because next year I could see the Mets competing for a wild card spot. You got the Braves, who are always good. You got the Nationals, who are great. And you got the Marlins, who have done well this year without their eighth pitcher, possibly, arguably, the second best pitcher in the National League behind Kershaw and Jose Fernandez. And then you're going to have the Phillies, who suck. So it could be a 4-team race, except for the Phillies, who are just god-awful. And as long as the Marlins don't get rid of Giancarlo Stanton, the NL East is going to be very interesting next year.
Yeah, it is. I think it's from top to bottom. I think it's definitely a good division, and for me, I'm excited. I might be a little too optimistic, but obviously guys like Dendecker and all these young guys just got me in Mets fever. Just got me in Mets fever there. I think I really can't deny it.
Late season Mets fever, something Mike Ritz has not had in a long, long, long time.